Okay, you are, I think it's loading now. Give us a minute. Yes,
Okay.
yes, we're seeing it now.
Okay, perfect. So this was what Khan Academy was using. Okay, it was just like this, and it's actually a GIF thing. It's a video recording of what their platform can do for you. Okay, but this is what they have now. This is what they have now. Okay, and just look at this. The moment you come to this page, what is it? They are telling you this strong rider, which is what they are in for, is as direct as possible. For every student, every classroom, they give real results. Who are they? They are non-profit with a mission to provide, like, a very clear reason. So if they are telling you, if they even copy this alone, right, and they say you should come and donate, either as a teacher or as a learner or as a parent, you already know if they give anything and you come here, they have their clear message, right? You don't need to scroll anywhere to see all these things. You see their donate is here. If you want to become a member, you can sign up, and everything is already here, right? The moment you scroll down, you see other things that they can do while they are still here. You are seeing it, right? There is a clear message on their landing page, which is their home page. Okay, if you are going to use Facebook to do lead generation, any of your offer that you are going to give out there, okay, please make sure that that offer, the landing page, whatever you are promising there, you must come back. It must be what you are actually repeating here. So for someone like Mr. Joe, who, let's say, when he was running his ad for the car, he said he run ad on using Facebook, right? It could be okay. Let's say he has a website for auto shop, right? Now, if he is going to run an ad for a car sales, okay, he can actually have a landing page where it's just like, okay, run a test drive, okay, just run a test drive campaign. You can design a dedicated landing page for that, and what is there, you can join the business name or contact the business name and have your 5 kilometer test drive from Monday to, like, you are, what you are promising them on the Facebook platform is the same thing as what is on the landing page, and you are adding your call to action, telling them that, what, for you to do this, fill this form and get your test drive. It's as simple as that. You don't need to you don't need to baby anybody about it, and you don't need to hide anything. Your promise on your advertisement must align with your promise on your landing page. It helps a lot. Okay, now, are you seeing my presentation, or I will have to work on it again?
No, it's perfect. You can see your presentation.
Okay, okay, great. So that is that. Next, we are talking about the destination URL. Next is the call to action. Now, for call to action, there are two things on this call to action. The first one is the one that will follow your post. Of course, if you are doing an organic post, okay, believe you me, the call to actions that will be available to you is either to message now, or to is the message now that is even more frequent on that organic post. But if you are doing paid advertisement or paid posts, now you have more options to do whatever you want, like this shop now, buy now, contact, call us, download, and what have you. There are a lot of the call to actions. So this is what we call call to action. For us that do not know, call to action is that button that is writing exactly what you want your target audience to do. For this post you are seeing shop now, right? You have to make sure that it is really clear to the reader, so that let them be able to know where you are sending them to. So when you say shop now, the person should already know that you are taking them to where they are going to make purchase. If it is download now, you are taking them to where they are going to make their download. If it is buy now, you are taking them to where they are going to make purchase. Okay, there are a lot of call to action, contact us or call us. You are taking them to where they will call you. Okay, or chat with us. Chat with us is you are taking them to where they'll be able to send you an instant messaging activity. Hopefully, we'll be able to, maybe in our further engagement, there are a lot of beautiful things that you can do if you are a business owner. I'm sure either paid or free, you are going to get a lot of value from this journey that we've started this month of November. Now, these are some helpful tips that you should know. The first one, make sure that whatever you are posting out there, right, is really clear to the reader, that you are sending them to a form. If you are doing lead generation, you must be clear to them if you want to drive down your cost. Okay, now your phrases should also be in your caption or in your title. That is, whatever you want them to do, the caption that you are going to use in supporting your either video or image, you must add that phrase in the caption or the title. And also, don't ever forget to ask for engagement. Okay, don't forget to ask for engagement, because it is from this, the more people engage with your post, right, the more people engage. And when we are talking about engagement here, we are talking about comments, like, shares on your post, right? The more they engage with it, the more opportunity your posts have to be shown to other people. Now, here is a tip of how Facebook works. Okay, if you make a post right now, within the first few seconds, let's say 10 to 30 seconds, if someone engage with it, okay, you have more chances of that post to be shown to two additional people. Okay, if it stays for like 1 minute before anybody engages with it, okay, the chances reduce, right? So if you make a post, if your post is good enough, someone engages with it. If within that few seconds again, abi few minutes, other two people engages with it, it starts having ripple effect. The more people engage with your post within a short period of time, the more chances your post have to be shown to others. Now, here is the beautiful thing about Facebook. Once your post goes out, right, and someone, remember, the first thing is, the moment your post goes out, right, your friends that engages with your post in the past, they are the first people that Facebook will show this your post to. That is, your friends that have been engaging with your posts in the past, they are the first people Facebook will show your post to. Now, if they are frequent in sharing your post, liking your post and commenting your post, Facebook will show to them. The moment they comment on it or they likes it, right, Facebook also have a way to recommend your post to their friends, even if their friends are not your friend. That is a friend of a friend. If your post is good enough for that your friend and they are constantly engaging on your post, right, Facebook will automatically show your content, will recommend your content to a friend of that friend. That is one tip that you should know. Okay, now let's move to the next one, which is a very important thing. From Facebook, there are things that are very important. These sizes, they are very vital to Facebook posts. As you can see, this is a horizontal image, a horizontal size, which is 1200 by 630 pixel, or a vertical post, which is 1200 by 1800 pixel. Okay, what this means is, this one this one is more or less like on your timeline, right? And this one is more or less like when you go into, you are doing search or what have you. Okay, that's what it means. When someone is finding you through search, they find you more on this image, while someone is going organically on their timeline, they find you more on this. But generally, this one is better for me, right? As compared to this. But either of it does well. The most important thing is having people engaging on your post is very, very important. And what are we I still have to repeat this statement here. Make sure whatever you are sending out there, everybody that is interacting with, there should be able to know that they are clicking this thing to go to another page to become your leads. Okay, it is very, very important. Next, for your ad post, you should make sure that you choose your image very, very direct or manually. You should be very intentional in the images you are going to post out there. Don't just go and pick a stock photo and say shey this one is fine, shooter stock or what have you. Please, if you can, right, please go and do a photo shoot for your product if you can. If you can't, right, use your phone camera if they are of standard. If if your phone camera is of standard, bring that original shot and post it. Then you can now start battling with writing the content, which is a thing for another day. Okay, but for this, you must know that what you are doing must be very personalized. Stop using stock images. Why we always advise people not to use stock images is because, you know, stock images are most probably, even if they are paid, right, they are available to millions of people. So who knows, maybe 10 to 20s or hundreds of people have used that stock image before in the past on Facebook for advertisements. Okay, what if people have seen it before, it will be like maybe their experience are bad, or it will not even catch their attention again. That's why we don't advise stock images. Okay, next, I want to stop here at this point and get feedback, recommendations, questions, and answers, and let's see what else we can do if we still have time. But the class was for 1 hour, and already we've exhausted about the 45 minutes that was scheduled for the class. So let me get some feedback from us, questions, recommendations, and feedback generally. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you and the knowledge that you decided to share with us. We don't take that for granted. Yes, time is fast spent, but I always love feedback. If anybody has questions, right, you can always drop your questions in the chat box or unmute your mic. We take like 5 minutes more to ask those questions. If you have any, maybe you have Facebook ads problems, you can always do that. So I think Antonio, yeah,
Yes, good evening, Mr. Mohammed. Thank you very much. It was very educative. Please, I have a question because I have a sales presentation next week regarding Facebook ads, and I was given an assignment to find out how much Facebook ads cost monthly and yearly, and which one is more profitable for the company that I work with, and if dollars, like this, the fluctuation in dollars also affect payment methods. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Anthony. Oh, how much Facebook advertisement costs? Hmm. Uh, the funny thing is, for Facebook advertisement, you can advertise for as little as $1. Yes, and
Okay.
Facebook is actually there for you. If you have your millions of dollars, Facebook will suck it out for you, no wahala. That's one. Okay. Now, for your other question, which is sorry, I lost. I think you asked three questions.
Okay, yes. Would that the dollar fluctuation affect
Okay,
payment?
dollar fluctuation normally is not supposed to affect the Facebook advertisement because we can actually pay in naira. Okay, but again, Facebook works in the areas of payment. The minimum you can sponsor is $1, which is the equivalence of $1. Even if you are sponsoring in naira, right? uh you pay the minimum you can do is the equivalence of $1, which is around within 500 to 600 naira as we speak. Because as at last week, the Facebook ads I run, I was doing 500 dollar 500 naira for the a specific advertisement I was running then. So that is that for how much is run. Then which other one were you asking?
Okay, okay, yes. The companies that should look into the benefits of
Profit
monthly, that's the
profitability.
advantages of monthly, weekly, yes, yes, yes,
Okay, so this is
monthly,
the thing.
weekly, or
Let
yearly.
me save you the whole of the stress. The profitability in Facebook is not about monthly, weekly, yearly, or what have you. Okay. What when we are looking at profitability of Facebook, using Facebook for advertisement, it boils around who is running the advertisement. What can you do with XYZ amount that is given to you? Okay. So
Okay,
if you have not done it before, even if you have done it before, you will know that Facebook works with a lot of testing. Okay. For example, you need to really test. Which industry are you in? Your
going to automobile,
automobile. Okay. When you
yes,
say automobile,
that's
is it car
we sell
sales or
truck,
car
we sell
maintenance?
truck, car sales, trucks and SUVs
Okay, trucks and
and lorries.
oh, okay, awesome. So the most important thing in that regards is number one, right? You need to understand your audience very well. You need to understand them. So if you understand your audience, the next thing is you need to understand your customer journey. So for your audience, what is it that they what if they are how what would they want to see to become aware that there is a problem that you are there to solve in your industry? Okay, you need to know that. If you know that, you need to know after that how do you get them engaged, right? And finally,
Okay,
what is that thing that you need them to do? What is the action you need them to take, which is the conversion, right? Please
okay,
don't go
yes,
for sales. Don't ever recommend them to start with sales. You must take them through that process. The first thing is awareness, the second thing is engagement, and the third thing is conversion. And mark you,
okay,
the best result you can get from Facebook is not sales. Okay, if you don't want to be
okay,
frustrated, your best result from Facebook, tell your company, is not sales. If sales comes, right, that is like what's the name, additional benefit. Your best result is traffic to your
okay,
website. Then your second best result, right, is leads that you are generating. And of course, if you are doing Facebook advertisement, okay,
yes,
a strategy you can recommend to them is let them go and try a three stage of advertisement. The first one is awareness campaign. Okay, the second
okay,
stage is engagement campaign. Now for this engagement campaign, you only make it the audience you are looking at, okay, to see this engagement campaign must be the people who has seen your first campaign. I don't know if you understand that.
okay, yes,
Should I come again?
yes, understand, yes,
Okay,
understand,
so you have a three stage campaign. The first one is awareness, right? Then the second
yes,
one is engagement. But the audience of the engagement, the audience you are targeting, is people who must have seen your first campaign.
Okay.
Then the third campaign that you are running is for conversion. It is now that you are even going for the conversion proper. And that one,
Okay.
the people you are targeting must be people who have seen your second campaign.
Okay.
So you can test it in different multiple. And again, for the budget, you can test out with, maybe it depends on the budget your company is willing to go. But for me, I recommend $10 per campaign, right? $10 per
Okay.
campaign for testing. So we should be looking at 10 times 3, that's like 30. If you're running it for three different campaigns, that's like $90, right? So $90, you can do
Okay.
that for like 2 days, 1 week. It depends on the capacity of your company, and you are good to go. I
Okay.
hope that helps.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm very grateful.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Thank you very, very
Mr.
much.
Mohammed.
Yes, boss.
Mr. Anthony Nkuru, what you just got is a free consulting that you
Wow.
are going to pay for. But that's why we are here. We want to maximize
Actually, that's a 50K consultation.
that. No,
50,000
that's
naira.
more than paid for. But we are
Thank
about
you very
practicality.
much.
We don't just want to just throw fluff around, right? And what we are
Yes.
doing is that we want to do about 6 classes, 6 free classes before we introduce our paid class. But that's fine. Thank you for joining. I think that's just one question. Is there another person that has any question before we close down? Our next class is on Thursday. Right now, we're about 9 people or 8 people on this class. I appreciate everybody. And you would understand the value that you've gotten for free for the past 1 hour, 20 minutes that you've been with us. So imagine when it is paid before we give out. But why we're here is we just want to keep sharing our knowledge and ensuring people make the most of things available to them, because there's a lot of money to be made on the internet with the things that we already have and things that we already know. We just need to properly manage these things and know the terms and the processes to do them, so we can request for example, when Mr. Okoro is going to have his meeting, he uses the right terms to convince them to pay him X amount in dollars. That's something that would work. Or someone like Miss Ifeoma that has learned how to use a calendar for social media, that would improve our sales achievement going into the new year and the end of the year. So these are things you already know, and we're looking to share them with you. So I'm going to end this class today. Thursday, if you are available, which I'm sure you will because you've learned so much today, you are free to have availed another free class with another topic which will be shared either by email or if you're in the WhatsApp group. So please be attentive. Also, let people that you know that would gain from this class, let them know that this is happening, right? You have friends, you have neighbors, you have family, even your enemies. I found out that if your enemies are busy with their lives, they will not disturb you. So, yes, share with your enemies and let us be able to share this gospel or for being part of this class. This is the passing shots. So, on Thursday, 8 p.m., we'll be here again. Have a good night.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night.